Navigation has confirmed that the parachute has deployed and we are seeing significant deceleration. Skycam maneuver has started. About 20 meters off the surface.
We're getting signals from MRO.
Touchdown confirmed. Perseverance safely.
Good afternoon and welcome to another page in an angler's diary, and as you can no doubt tell, we're on a beach. This is the first time I've been out since the last video I did fishing on the River Tyne. The last couple of weeks up here in the northeast has been a bit of a write-off, to be honest. Had a beast from the east, which put a stop to just about everything. I mean, the east winds made places like this just completely impracticable, and of course the low temperatures put a lid on all the ponds and lakes, so it's been a bit of a disaster the last couple of weeks, to be honest. However, all of a sudden and overnight almost it changed, and the low temperatures disappeared, the snow disappeared, and the winds dropped back. And so yesterday I had a quick recce to see what the options might be. Obviously the ponds and lakes, it was a bit soon, so they still had ice on them, although it was going rapidly. The river, the tidal river, was the debris, the amount of debris that's coming down that river at the moment just makes it impossible to fish. One of my pals had a go the other day and he had to give up in the end. It was just there was just too much rubbish coming down. But the beaches looked okay, so I went and had a look at my nearest beach, which is Whitley Bay, and that was very much a case of too many people and far too many dogs running wild, so decided to give that one a miss and came further, sort of 10 minutes up the road to where we are now. The locals will have already worked out where this is. This is called Camas Beach. It's another one of those Northumberland place names that is spelt differently to how it sounds. I mean, a lot of you will be familiar with Annick, of course, and it's always mildly amusing when the BBC announcers get that one wrong. Well, Camas is spelled, so you can see how they'd make, what sort of a mess they'd make of that. So far nothing to report, although my pal's about 50 yards along the beach and he's had a tiny flatty so far. Me, nothing to report, but as I always say to you, first sign of anything exciting and I'll be back. That's low tide, and I think there's probably only one snag out there, and so far I've found it twice. Hey ho. Well, that's the first hour of the flood. Nothing, nothing at all. I mean, the baits are coming back in untouched, so not looking too good, I'm afraid. Still a little bit of time yet. That's it. That's a blank, unfortunately. I'll catch up with you when I get back to the car. Well, no luck today, as they say, but it was a grand day to be out. A very pleasant change to sitting in the house, I have to say. I fished the first 2 hours of the flood, and basically this beach, once it gets above the sort of level it's at now, becomes very shallow, so there didn't seem much point carrying on, and I've got some bait left, so I think there's a very strong possibility that that we'll be out somewhere else. Watch this space. Bye for now. Right then, it's a day later, and here we are again. This is very much a use up the bait session today. When I suggested we might be out again yesterday, I had intended going back to the beach, but in fact we've got a very strong, almost gale force southwesterly wind blowing, which is going to get stronger as the afternoon goes on, and so I thought perhaps the beach wasn't the best idea, so we're back on the river, just to see. At the moment it doesn't look too bad in terms of debris, but we haven't reached the top of the tide, and we won't reach the top of the tide for a couple of hours, so it remains to be seen how it goes. But as I say, use up the bait session. Anything exciting, I'll be back. Well, that was the first knock of the day. I suspect I may have missed it, but yes, as I say, missed it. Good bite this time, I think. Maybe not. Well, I think we may have something. Not sure what, mind you. What do you make of that then? Oh, David, my pal's here. His rod's just bouncing like there's no tomorrow. Nice little codling. Blank's over. Well, it's an hour before the top of the tide, and I'm getting lots of knocks and taps and bangs, but nothing's coming of them. But unfortunately, I'm also starting to pick up an awful lot of rubbish, and I suspect that might get worse as the tide comes to the top. We'll see. Little bumps and knocks, small fish, bigger rubbish. Hey ho. Change of tactics. On the old adage of big baits, bigger fish. Half a squid on this time. Let's see what that dredges up. Oops, there we go. Well, that was a good knock. However, I'm not sure I've connected with it. No. Well, what can you say? Missed another one. Amateurish, really. Well, that was the last of the bait. So it's now or never. Look at the size of that. Well, that's perfect timing. Just as the rain started. So that's 3 tiny cod, ling, codlets more like. Good fun, loads of bites. And if you've stuck with me this long, thank you very much. I do appreciate it. And there'll be another one along soon, as they say. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.